John Beltran back with you at Skyline High School in Longmont, getting ready for the boys' game after the Mustang girls lost a close one to Skyline, 55-52. Skyline goes into this game with a 2-1 league record, 5-5 overall. Mustangs 0-4 in league play, 3-8 on the season, and they lost a real tough one on Thursday night, 47-40 in overtime. A game that Fort Morgan led by as many as 13. And I guess we're going to have the national anthem before the boys' game. That's the way they do it here? Normally the national anthem is before the varsity girls game, but I guess they do things a little bit differently here at Skyline High School in Longmont. So momentarily we'll have the starting lineups, but let's see if this is indeed going to have a national anthem before the start of the boys' game here. Mustangs going for their first league win of the season tonight. They nearly pulled it off. They should have pulled it off. And let's send it downstairs for the playing of tonight's national anthem. The Mustangs will be sending out their normal starting lineup. Devin Mussman is out. I believe he might be done for the season with a fractured foot. That's the report we got, that Mussman has a fractured foot. So the Mustangs a little bit shorthanded, but then again they called up freshman Fernando Marquez about 2 games ago. It'll be Jacob Ortega, Jr., Caden Edson, Jr. David Sadinana, Jr. Nick Norris, and Senior Isaac Linker. They're starting 5 for Fort Morgan, so they're young, which does help, obviously, even for next season. Now for this team from Longmont. They go with Chris Roy, a 5'10 junior guard, along with Braden Elwood. Elwood, a 5'11 junior forward. Gage Robertson, the 5'11 junior guard. Austin Robeson, the leading scorer, 6'5", 230, a junior. And let's see, somebody's wearing 12, but I don't have a 12 on my roster unless that's Hayden Robeson. Let's see who that is. Yep, Hayden Roberson. He's not even on the regular roster. He's on the Max Preps roster, but that's about it. And he's got a huge brace on that left knee. But yeah, they've got to find out a way to contain Austin Robeson. Him and Gage Robertson, who's going to be in that starting lineup as well. Both averaging 14 points a game. Opening tip tonight for Game 2 is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Things happen in life. Make sure you're prepared with the right insurance coverage. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance in Brush and Fort Morgan. Norris for Fort Morgan. And Austin Robeson for Skyline. Tip controlled by Jacob Ortega and the Mustangs. And then the ball off the foot of Skyline out of bounds. And let's see, I thought it went off of Skyline foot. Now the two officials are converging. Are they going to do a re-jump? Nobody is sure. I thought it went off Skyline. Yeah, they're doing a re-jump. With 7:59 to go in the first quarter. Did they put it back at 8 minutes? I mean, it really doesn't matter at this point. It's only a second. All right, so once again, it's going to be Robeson and Norris. They couldn't determine who it went off of. And it's controlled by Skyline. And here is Chris Roy. Now bringing the ball up. Over there is Hayden Robeson, Austin Robeson on the outside right. One of the leading scorers there, and Gage Robertson down low, banking and scoring against Norris easily with a right hand is Austin Robeson. Again, he's 6'5", 230, and you got to body him up better than Norris did there. Sadinana the other way at the top. It's 2-0 Skyline. You got to get really physical with him. Remember, Skyline also went to the state championship in football. Left corner Ortega dribbles between his legs. Bounce pass down low for Norris in the lane. He hooks and scores. Nice job by Nick Norris. Little right-handed hook, and the game is tied at 2. The Falcons come the other way with Hayden Robeson against Linker. Bounce pass on the high right to Austin Robeson. Hands it off to Roy. On the outside left, faking the three. Into the lane is Hayden Robeson, trapped on the right baseline by Linker. Then the bounce pass is intercepted by Jacob Ortega. Long pass from Sadinana to Edson. Edson all the way is fouled. He is fouled over there as he drove to the basket by Hayden Robeson. And Edson to shoot 2. Fort Morgan had significant offensive issues. In fact, they had offensive issues the last 3 games. They picked it up when they were down big against Bertha. They scored 57 points, but they lost by 19. The Edson free throw is up, and that's good. Mustangs in the lead 3-2. Second free throw upcoming. That's in the air, and it barely got to the rim, hit the bottom of the rim. And Austin Robeson comes away with a rebound for Skyline. Into the front court is Hayden on the outside left to Roy. Roy looking for a pick from Austin Robeson. Feeds it out to Hayden. Hayden Robeson with a basketball. Just go by first name there. Over to Austin. Straight away 3 is off the front of the rim. No good. Isaac Linker goes high for the Fort Morgan rebound. On the outlet to Sadinana. On the left wing, Edson penetrates left baseline. He's going to have to back it out because he's trapped over there. Gets it to Linker. Linker with a dribble. Feeds it to Sadinana. David Sadinana at the top of the three-point circle. Maintains the dribble. Swings it cross court to Linker. Linker in the right corner to Edson. Down low for Norris in the lane. Left-handed hook is off the left side of the rim. And the rebound is into the hands of Gage Robertson. Robertson the other way in the lane and looked like he was fouled. He made the shot, but he was fouled prior to that. He was held. Held by Sadinana. And to throw it in will be Robertson. In the right corner for Roy. Lobs it down low for Robertson, and he banks and scores over Caden Edson. 4-3 Skyline. 5:47 to go, first quarter. Fort Morgan girls lost a close one tonight, 55-52. Sarinana inside to Ortega, trapped. Then he tried to dump it to Nick Norris, knocked it out of bounds by Braden Elwood. Mustangs retain possession. Ortega to throw it in on the offensive end to the right of the basket. Ortega feeds it left corner for Edson. Penetrates left baseline. He's double teamed over there. He's going to have to kick it back out. Does to Linker. Linker holding the ball up high. Linker to his right. Linker maintains the dribble. Hands it off to Sarinana. Gets a pick from Linker. Inside to Edson. Puts it up and in. Edson with a nice cut along the right side. And Caden Edson with 3. Fort Morgan 5, Skyline 4. 5:18 to go. First quarter. Back near the top with the basketball is Robertson. Robertson gets a pick from Robeson. Back out. Wide open. Elwood 3 is off the back of the rim. Nick Norris goes high for the Mustang rebound. That's his first. On the outlet to Sarinana. Baseball pass to Ortega. Left wing 3 is off the back of the rim. Rebound to Norris. He goes back up and misses. And the rebound is controlled by Roy of Skyline. And a whistle. And I think the ball went off of Roy. Yeah, it did. He lost control. Skyline with a turnover. Ortega to throw it in. Ortega with 4:53 to go in the opening quarter. Ortega looking, lobs it towards Linker on the high right. Linker with a left-handed dribble at the free throw line. Lost the ball, got it back. Linker turns, feeds it back out to Ortega. Ortega retreats towards the timeline. Jacob Ortega with a left-handed dribble. Tried to feed it back out to Sarinana, nearly overran it, picks it back up behind his back. Sarinana in the paint, fell down, but scoops it over to Ortega in the left corner. Now try to feed it to Linker, knocked out of bounds over there by Chase Silva, who checked into the game for Hayden Robeson. Ortega, 3/4 court to throw it in. 3.5 minutes into the game with the Mustangs up by a point. Ortega lobs it to Edson, high right. Edson dribbles right baseline. Edson's going to have to back it out and does a Sarinana. Sarinana with the basketball. Sarinana on the high right. Over to Ortega. Ortega gets a pick from Sarinana towards the right corner. Backs it out to Sarinana. Inside, the entry pass intercepted by Robeson. Here is Chase Silva all the way, and he's fouled by Norris as he tried to lay it up. Mustangs commit their first turnover. Norris with the first foul for him in this game, and Chase Silva to shoot 2. Silva to the stripe. He was a starting quarterback for the Skyline team that went to the state championship and lost to Loveland. Back of the rim, no. And they were like a 9 seed going into the playoffs. Fernando Marquez is in for Caden Edson. Second free throw is upcoming. Silva bends, shoots, and connects. And the game is tied at 5, and Hayden Robeson back into the game for Gage Robertson. Also out of the game is Austin Robeson. The ball is rolled into Sarinana. Sarinana on the high right, bounce pass right corner for Marquez. Marquez got to dribble out of it or something, and instead they're going to call a foul. They got away with that one. Oh, no, that might be... Are there 2 13s in there? Oh, no, that's... check that. That's Hayden Robeson committing the foul. Oh, that's going to be his second. Marquez to trigger it in with 4:01 to go in the first quarter. Tied at 5. Marquez got to get rid of it. And he does near the top to Sarinana. Sarinana with the basketball at the free throw line. Left wing, Ortega fakes a 3, dribbles to his right. Jump pass is intercepted, intended for Linker. Then Linker commits the foul in the backcourt. But that foul really is on Ortega for making an errant pass there. Linker with the team's third foul. Skyline has 2. Ortega's out. No, Rojo is into the game. And here comes Hayden Robeson into the front court for Skyline. Robeson met by Linker with a left-handed dribble. Looking down low. Feeds it left corner for Roy. Roy with a right-handed dribble. Chris Roy gets a pick at the free throw line, into the paint, back out straight away. Robeson fakes the three, steps in. He's got to kick it back out. Now Roy thinking about the three. Left wing, there's a three by Silva, in and out. And the rebound is controlled by Adam Cardona of Fort Morgan. On the outlet, here's Sarinana, dribbles by a defender. Bounce pass, left corner, Rojo. Rojo to his right. Bounce pass to Sarinana into the paint. Sarinana outside right to Marquez. The freshman, Fernando Marquez, between his legs, lost control of the basketball, and he's picked off over there by Hayden Robeson. Robeson straight away, outside right. Three is missed over there, but the rebound is taken away by Skyline. It was Adrian Compion who took that shot. And then Hayden Robeson grabbed the rebound. And now he got a whistle. Looks like an offensive foul. Yep, it is an offensive foul, and that's going to be on Compion of Skyline. Sarinana is out, and Caden Edson back in with 2:47 to go in the opening quarter, tied at 5. Yeah, not the prettiest basketball here to begin the game. We had that issue in the girls' game, and it was really ugly there. So along the side, Norris to trigger it in. On the inbounds pass to Edson. Edson on the high left to Marquez, and Marquez traveled. That's 2 straight turnovers on the freshman Marquez. And along the side to trigger it in is Chase Silva. Silva to Hayden Robeson. Robeson with the basketball, hands it off to Compion. Compion, left-handed dribble, swings it left corner, faking the three, stepping in all the way, banking and scoring over there. Who is 40? Is that right? Yeah, Nate McGregor. Okay, he just came in, so McGregor scores. Marquez over to Edson, 7-5 Skyline, 2:12 to go, first quarter. Edson cross-court pass to Marquez, left of the lane, in the paint, back out to Edson, right wing three, and that's about a foot short. Compion has the basketball. That was missed badly. Over to Roy. Roy at the top of the three-point circle against Edson, dribbles in the left corner. Faking is McGregor, back out to Robeson against Cardona. We're down to 1:49 to go, first quarter. Skyline 7, Fort Morgan 5. Roy in the left corner. Down low, in the lane is McGregor, turning, spinning, hooking, scoring. Off the glass for McGregor. 9-5 Skyline with 1:33 to go, first quarter. Edson across the timeline for Fort Morgan, swings it left side for Marquez, bounce pass in the corner for Cardona, down low for Norris, lost control, got it back. Norris turns, banks, misses short, and the ball is pulled away by Chase Silva. Skyline wants to run, 2-on-2, leaning is Robeson, and he is fouled. It was a Fort Morgan foul there. Robeson to the line. And the foul was committed by Edson, his first. So 2 free throws here for Hayden Robeson. Austin Robeson about to check back in with Braden Elwood. Skyline has gone on a mini run here. Free throw is high in the air and good. 10-5 is now the score. In favor of the Falcons. Out of the game is McGregor. He played really well. Second free throw is in and out. And the rebound to Nick Norris is third. Norris to Edson. 1:12 to go in the opening quarter. 10-5 Skyline. Left corner for Marquez. Marquez is double teamed. Bounce pass back out to Andres Dubre into the game. Now to Marquez, left of the lane all the way. Tries to force up a shot and is fouled as he misses. I think that was, well, they're going to say it was on the floor, though. On the floor instead. No free throws. Should be Austin Robeson committing the foul, and it is. That's his first. Marquez calling out the play. Marquez gets it into Dubre. Left corner, Marquez three, but we have a whistle prior to that. And was that an illegal screen? I think it is. They're going the other way with this one. Well, or are they not? Nope, it's going to be on Compion. He tried to fight through the screen. Unofficially a second foul. Marquez to throw it in. 5 team fouls against Skyline, 4 against the Mustangs. And now we have another whistle. Is that Compion holding again? Yep. Yeah, they're going to take him out of the game. And no tolerance for that, according to head coach Tyle Cerveni. And he's out, and into the game is Hayden Robeson. Just committed 2 fouls in less than 2 seconds. Marquez lobs it in towards Norris. Norris at the top of the outside right, Marquez. Marquez with a left-handed dribble, tries to dribble out of traffic, picks up the dribble in the right corner for Dubray. Back out to Marquez. Marquez between his legs, bounce pass tipped in the backcourt, chased down by Edson. Edson left of the lane with the basketball, picks up the dribble, cross court to Marquez, partially tipped back to Edson straight away. Left corner Rojo, he'll take the 3. Good! No, Rojo drills the triple. That's a big one for the senior. And it's 10-8. Skyline, 29 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. On the outside right, Robeson with the basketball, right of the lane now to Gage Robertson. Robertson with a left-handed dribble. Robertson maintains the dribble. On the outside right is Roy, straight away. Holding the basketball now is Hayden Robeson. 9 seconds to go. Outside right to Roy. Looks up at the clock with 6. Roy starts a move with 5, with 4. Wants to take a 3. Down low for Robeson. Banks and scores. It's an easy one for Austin Robeson. And that's the way the first quarter ends with the score. Skyline 12. It should be 12-8. Still got 10 up there. These guys know how to keep score. Second time this has happened. Skyline 12, Fort Morgan 8 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Fort Morgan basketball to begin the second quarter. 12-8 the score. And we got a whistle. And a foul on Skyline. That's going to be the 17th foul. That's on Hayden Robeson. That's either his second or third. Yeah, they got to get him to the line. Do they not know that's a 1-and-1? That's a 1-and-1, and Coach Schoen is, there's 3 officials. Do they not realize that's a 1-and-1? Wow. And that's 2 games in a row. We've had officials falling asleep with a 7th foul. There's 3 out there. And finally to the line. I don't know what's going on. I think that's one thing you would check. I know it's early in the second quarter. Rarely do you get to the bonus this quickly, but still. Now who's the free throw shooter? They're deciding on that. It'll be Nick Norris, not Caden Edson, to shoot the 1-and-1. Chris Roy, along with Braden Elwood, Gage Robertson, looks like Chase Silva, and Austin Robeson out there, and the free throw by Norris. So off the back of the rim and in. Got a friendly hop there. And a friendly roll for Nick Norris. He's got 3 in the game. Mustangs trail by 3, 12-9. Linker, Edson, Norris, Ortega, and Sadinana for Fort Morgan. Second free throw off the right side of the rim, and the ball is loose on the rebound, and it's picked up over there by Chase Silva. The other way, here comes Chris Roy. Roy at the free throw line for Robertson. Gage Robertson fakes the 3, dribbles to his right. Robertson spins, back out to Silva. Now straight away Elwood, can't take that shot. On the outside left to Roy. Roy against Sadinana. Maintains the right-handed dribble, now feeds it over to Gage Robertson. Crosses over on Edson. Left of the lane on Edson, spinning on Edson, and then stripped by Ortega. Nice job of Jacob Ortega. Ortega with 1 to beat all the way, lays it up, and blocked out of bounds by Elwood. Mustang basketball. Ortega to throw it in. Ortega. Got to get rid of it. And that pass is intercepted, intended for Norris at the top, taken away by Silva. Silva all the way, he traveled. Clearly a travel, he shuffled the feet. Mustangs have 4 turnovers. That was the 5th for Skyline. Skyline 12, Fort Morgan 9. Not even 1 minute into the second quarter. Lots of excitement so far. Sadinana, free throw line for Norris. In the right corner for Edson. Dribbles to his left. Cross court to Ortega. Ortega with a basketball. Left of the lane all the way. Hopstep puts up a wild shot, but he traveled prior to that, and I didn't see the travel. But that's what was called. Even Ortega was wondering. And we had a warning there against the Skyline bench. Nonetheless, the Falcons have the basketball. Elwood to throw it in, and the Mustangs will pressure. In the backcourt here, Silva. Silva's going to feed it over to Gage Robertson behind his back at the free throw line in the lane, and then we have a whistle and a foul against Fort Morgan, 15th foul. Caden Edson commits his second. And to trigger it in, is that going to be Hayden Robeson over there? I think it is. Nope, Silva to throw it in. Silva's pass poked out of bounds by Linker. Silva to do it again. 6:51 to go in the second. Silva, bounce pass down low for Elwood, but he's trapped over there. Then he turns and he scores somehow. He faded on the left baseline and Elwood scores. The Skyline lead is 5, 14-9. 6:38 remaining second quarter. Sadinana against Silva. At the top for Linker. Lobs it down low for Norris, and he banks it in. Nice fade from Linker to Norris. Norris with 5. The lead is down to 3 for Skyline. Roy on the outside left for Skyline. At the top for Austin Robeson. 3 in the air, and it's off to the right. Missed it badly, and bodies on the floor. Linker and Roy. Possession arrow on the tie-up. And it goes to Fort Morgan. So now the Mustangs can tie it or take the lead. 30-second timeout. They can't take the lead. They can draw to within 1 as they trail 14-11 with 6:16 to go in the second. Well, the Mustangs have all their wins on the road this year. They beat University to begin the season. They won at Sidney, Nebraska, and a road win. Their last win, most recent one, December 18th in Keensburg, a 71-66 victory against Weld Central. All right, so Skyline will break the huddle with Silva, Elwood, Robertson, Austin Robeson, and Chris Roy. Nick Norris, Jacob Ortega, Noah Rojo, David Sadinana, and Isaac Linker for the Mustangs, dressed in their road blacks. And the ball is rolled in, and Sadinana will pick it up. Boy, in the front court. On the outside right to Rojo. Back to Sadinana. On the high left to Ortega. Ortega dribbles to his right, feeds Sadinana. Back to Ortega, and he traveled. That's a good call. Ortega even looked towards the official, but that he did. He shuffled both feet. Jacob commits turnover number 6 for Fort Morgan. Skyline has 5. Well, we got somebody into the game for Skyline who's not on this. No, that's McGregor. Check that, boy. The numbers are so light. That is Nate McGregor. He's got 4 points. Robeson to Roy in the backcourt. Back to Robeson. Back to Roy against Rojo. Dribbles on the outside right. Rojo picks him up. Nice defense by the senior. Here is Roy at the top of the three-point circle. Feeds it left side. Here is Chase Silva at the free throw line. Then he's tied up by Ortega. And that's going to go over to Fort Morgan. Excellent defense by Jacob. Oh, and Linker to throw it in. Nope, they're going to say it stayed with Skyline, so they had it incorrect. And the triggered in will be Gage Robertson. In the right corner for Roy. Roy looking down low for Robertson. Feeds it cross court to Austin Robeson, left baseline. And we got a whistle and a hold. That'll be the 16th foul on Fort Morgan. Really tough to contain that 6'5", 230-pound center. That's Nick Norris committing his second foul. Unless they said it was on Linker. I don't know if they said 1-4 or 3-1. We'll find out. Yeah, I just wish they put, yeah, it was on Norris because he's been taken out of the game in favor of Adam Cardona. There's the lob in to Robeson. Robeson banks and scores with 2 Mustangs draped all over him. That's how big and strong he is. 6 points in the game for Robeson. Skyline 16, Fort Morgan 11. 5.5 to go in the second. Back on the high left is Rojo. Straight away to Sarinana. Chest pass high right to Ortega. Bounce pass to Sarinana. Free throw line for Linker. Dribbles, leans, back out to Rojo. And then his pass to Sarinana. Right of the lane, pulls up from 14. Back rimmed it, no. And the rebound is into the hands of Austin Robeson, his second. On the outlet to Roy. Into the front court, here's Gage Robertson. Robertson, right baseline, is fouled, and that should be either Rojo or Linker. There were 2 right there, and the foul is going to be on Noah Rojo. That'll be the 17th foul, and Gage Robertson to the line. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. That's Equitable Savings and Loan and crystal clear ice. Good for any drink at any time of the year. That's AC Ice at any local grocery or convenience store in Northeast Colorado today. AC Ice, free throw, back rim. Rebound, Robeson goes back up and he's fouled. That Fort Morgan foul was committed by Adam Cardona. His first. But again, they're having trouble against Austin Robeson, a junior. Again, 6'5", 230. He's a tank. And the free throw is around and good. 7 points for Robeson. And the lead for Skyline is 6. Second free throw, yes. He's got 8. The lead is 7. 18-11. Under 5 minutes to go. Second quarter from Longmont. On the high right, Ortega with a one-handed dribble. Cross court to Rojo. Free throw line for Linker. Linker left of the lane. Now to Rojo. Dribbled the ball off his foot out of bounds. The turnover is Fort Morgan's 7th. And to throw it in is going to be Austin Robeson. And a timeout called. Should be a 30. Called by Skyline, it is. And if Fort Morgan doesn't win this game, Meade is very good. That's going to be a bigger task than tonight. Frederick next Friday. That's certainly very winnable at Frederick. But this game is winnable. But they are down by 7 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Second quarter. Fort Morgan girls lost tonight to Skyline, 55-52. That was a game they were down by 15 in the fourth quarter and had a massive rally as Maddie Griffith scored 18 points in the second half and finished with 20. She was our Trans-West Mustang player of the game. Austin Robeson to throw it in. Mustangs will back off defensively. And here is Chris Roy crossing midcourt for Skyline. Roy met by Sarinana. Lobs it to McGregor. McGregor looking down low in the left corner for Silva. Straight away is Gage Robertson. Gets a pick into the lane. Leans, banks, misses, and an offensive foul. Sarinana took the contact. Gage Robertson with a foul. That's his first. Turnover number 6 for Skyline. Here comes Sarinana for Fort Morgan. On the outside left to Rojo. Rojo cross-court pass to Ortega. Dribbles right baseline. Jump pass here to Cardona. Banks and misses. And the rebound to Linker. He goes back up and he's fouled by Robeson, and Linker to the stripe. That should be the second foul on Austin Robeson. And Linker to try to make this a 5-point game if he can make both. He bends, shoots, and hits the bottom of the net without getting there. Linker just has to laugh that off. It happens. Elwood into the game for Austin Robeson. Second free throw upcoming for Isaac Linker. That one is up, and that one barely got to the rim. And the rebound to Braden Elwood of Skyline. Looking to extend a 7-point lead. Chris Roy against Sadinana. Lobs it right baseline for Robertson. He fakes, he shoots, and he's fouled as he misses. Adam Cardona to the line as he double clutched his body in the air. Cardona with a second foul. Robertson to shoot 2. With a 7-point lead, and that rolls in. Fort Morgan girls were hurt by poor free throw shooting, and they made 3 fewer than Skyline and lost by 3. Mustang boys are only 2 out of 6 from the line. Skyline doing a much better job, and they've nailed that one. Robertson makes 2. They missed their share, but shooting much better than Fort Morgan from the stripe. It's a 9-point lead. And Norris has the ball stripped from behind at the free throw line. Chris Roy comes away with the basketball. Roy with 3:51 to go. Roy into the paint. Roy backs it out. Nearly a travel there by Silva. In the left corner, Elwood thinks about the 3, misses the 3. Off the back of the rim, Linker goes high for the rebound for Fort Morgan, his second board. And then the Mustangs throw it into their bench. Wow. Fort Morgan has 6 turnovers in the quarter and only 3 points. They're letting this get away from them right now. Down 20-11. Elwood inbounds the basketball to Roy. Roy with a right-handed dribble. Feeds it back out to Gage Robertson, who gets a pick. Robertson kicks it right corner, thinking about the 3 is Elwood. He won't take it. Now at the top for Chase Silva against Ortega. Hands it off over to Robertson. Robertson against Rojo. Between the legs, just overlooking that defense. Now the right wing 3 is going to be missed over there by Chase Silva, but Elwood grabs the rebound. So they reset. And then we've got an offensive foul, illegal screen. And that's on Elwood. All right, really no flow here in the last 2 minutes of the game. And now we have a timeout. Let's take it with them. We have 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second quarter with the score. Skyline 20, Fort Morgan 11 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Here's David Sadinana crossing the timeline against Elwood at the top for Linker. Then his pass is tipped away, and it is intercepted over there by Gage Robertson. Fort Morgan with their 7th turnover of the quarter, 10th of the game. Roy into the paint, and he threw an elbow. Offensive foul on Chris Roy. 8th turnover for Skyline. Both teams will be in the double bonus from here on out, but that's an offensive foul either way, so it's no free throws for Fort Morgan. Under 3 minutes to go in the quarter. The Mustangs being outscored 8-3 in the quarter. David Sadinana, left of the free throw line for Linker, steps in, bounce pass, left corner Ortega, and 3 seconds on Nick Norris. Wow. Man, Fort Morgan's got to get it together. This is just a mental lapse. 8 turnovers in the quarter and only 3 points. Chris Roy will set up the offense for Skyline. On the high left to Silva. Now here is Gage Robertson in the corner. Back to Elwood, straight away for Roy. Roy with the basketball to Robertson. Now to Roy. Right wing 3 is off the back of the rim. And Nick Norris went for the rebound. He lost it, but it goes to Linker instead. So the Mustangs have it regardless. On the outlet pass to Sadinana. 3-on-3. Left corner Ortega takes the 3 and misses it off the back of the rim. And Sadinana had the rebound. There's a tie up there. Fort Morgan retains possession. Tied up for the rebound with Silva. And Marquez will check in for Rojo. Ortega to throw it in with just over 2 minutes to go in the second. Ortega feeds Sadinana on the right baseline. Back out to Marquez. Marquez into the lane. No look pass to Norris, and he banks it in. That's a nice play by the freshman Marquez to Nick Norris. Norris leading the Mustangs with 7 points in the game. Fort Morgan trails by that many. 20-13, a minute 46 to go, second quarter. Chris Roy at the top. Feeds it right side to Robertson. Robertson to Roy. Roy to Robertson on the right wing. Straight away to Roy. On the outside left to Silva. They're just going to be playing catch there for a little while. They'll take some time off the clock. There's the lob here for Robertson, and it goes out of bounds. Errant pass there thrown by Silva. The turnover for Skyline is their 6th of the quarter, 9th of the game. Cardona is going to check in for Nick Norris. And Linker to throw it in. Really no flow in the first half at all. David Sadinana will call out play instructions for the Mustangs. On the outside left to Marquez. Bounce pass went behind Sadinana out of bounds. Not a good pass there by Marquez. 9 turnovers in the quarter for a team that has tallied just 5 points in the quarter. And Compion will check in now for Elwood for Skyline. You'd almost like to see this get to halftime as quickly as possible. It's not good basketball to watch right now. Here is Chris Roy. You got some great athletes out there, but they're not executing. Roy fouled by Sadinana, who went for the steal. That'll be the 10th team foul. 2 free throws for Roy. And that's an illustration right there. You just don't want to see that. It's a high-risk move. And now Roy to shoot 2 free throws, and the first one is a line drive off the back of the rim. Second free throw upcoming for 5'10" junior guard Chris Roy. He bends, he shoots, and connects. 21-13. Jacob Ortega is the point guard right now. Chest pass to Simon Bradford into the game. Back to Ortega. Ortega feeds Marquez. Marquez near midcourt. Over to Ortega on the high left. Ortega feeds it left corner for Linker. Picks up the dribble. Linker looking, still looking. Bounce pass to Marquez at the top of the three-point circle. Outside right to Graff, and now feeds Linker. Right baseline, Cardona double team. Bounce pass to Graff. The ball is loose, and it's picked up by Ortega. Ortega in the lane, leans, banks, and he traveled prior to that. Ortega's wondering, I agree with him, that's not a travel. That is not a travel. Nonetheless, 10 turnovers for Fort Morgan in the quarter. They've called traveling on him 2 or 3 times that I didn't think was traveling at all. I mean, you got to be able to take a step. So Skyline, with 21 seconds to go, has the ball in a 21-13 lead. Chris Roy just beyond midcourt. Looking, still looking. Tries to hand it off to Robertson, but Ortega commits a foul on a reach. Robertson to shoot 2. Ortega with his first foul. Here's Gage Robertson. Free throw is short. Second free throw upcoming. Out of the game is Compion. And in now is Marco Orona. Orona making his first appearance. And the second free throw's in. Robertson now with 5 points in the game, 22-13. And Marquez picks it up on the roll. 10 seconds to go. Outside right to Rojo with 7. On the outside left, Marquez. Left baseline right through the hands of Graff out of bounds. 11 turnovers in the quarter for Fort Morgan. And they're only down by 9. Very similar to the girls' game when Fort Morgan couldn't take care of the basketball, and yet they were still in the game. Roy with 3 seconds to go at midcourt with 2. He spins with 1. They got to get rid of it. Stolen by Marquez. And that's the way this very poorly played second quarter ends, where the teams combined for 17 turnovers and only 15 points. We head to the break. It's Skyline 22, Fort Morgan 13. Let's take a 3-minute break. We're back in 3 minutes on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. Let's move to the third quarter. Skyline 22, Fort Morgan 13. It'll be Nick Norris, Isaac Linker, David Sadinana, Caden Edson, and Jacob Ortega for Fort Morgan. Hayden Robeson, Austin Robeson, Gage Robertson, Chris Roy, and Braden Elwood for Skyline. Fort Morgan doesn't have to worry about defense as much because they defended pretty well in the opening half. But can they put up points here? Skyline will have the basketball first to begin the third. And this will be Hayden Robeson with that left knee brace into the front court, and the outside left to Roy, back to Robeson. Robeson feeds Robertson, now to Robeson, swings it left side for Roy. Lobs it inside for Robertson, he banks and scores to the right of the basket. Gage Robertson with 7, and the lead is 11, 24-13. Sadinana lobs to Linker at the free throw line. Back out to Sadinana, left wing. Ortega takes the 3, and he back rimmed it. Rebound to Linker, puts it back, and he misses. Chris Roy grabs the board for Skyline. Roy over to Robeson. Hayden Robeson to Roy on the outside left. Feeds it near the top to Robeson. Swings it right side to Gage Robertson. Cross court to Roy, guarded by Linker. Back out to Robeson. Couple of dribbles. Right side to Robertson. Thinks about the 3, won't take it. Lobs it near the top, and it's intercepted by Sadinana. Sadinana to Ortega in the lane. Shot is up and in. With a right-handed layup to the left of the basket for Jacob Ortega. Skyline 24, Fort Morgan 15. 6:41 to go in the third. Here is Chris Roy. Back out to Robeson. Robeson left side for Roy. Now straight away to Robeson. Right side to Robertson. Chest pass straight up to Robeson. On the outside left to Roy. Just chest pass, chest pass, chest pass. Free throw line. Elwood cross court. Robertson into the lane. Then he's trapped. Kicks it back out to Roy. Left wing 3. He got it. Chris Roy nails a trifecta. The lead is a dozen. 27-15 Skyline. We have 6:06 to go, third quarter. Straight away Sadinana. Left wing to Ortega. Dribbles left baseline. Then his runner's up and good. Nice job by Jacob Ortega. On the left baseline, Ortega scored the only points for Fort Morgan in the quarter. 27-17. 5:47 to go in the third. Robeson on the outside right to Robertson. Right corner for Austin Robeson. 15-footers and air ball. And Jacob Ortega has the basketball for the Mustangs. Ortega is going to hand it off to Sadinana. On the high left, Ortega straight away. Sadinana lob to Norris at the free throw line. Right wing to Edson. Edson into the lane. Straight away, Sadinana takes the 3 and makes the 3. Sadinana scores for the first time. 7-point game. Skyline 27, Fort Morgan 20. 5:11 to go in the third. Free throw line. Robeson trapped over there. Now to Roy. Left wing 3, and he missed it off the back of the rim. And the ball is chased down by Jacob Ortega, having a very nice third quarter. Ortega crosses it over into the front court. Backs it out to Sadinana. Sadinana looks right side to Edson. Back out to Sadinana. Sadinana right at the free throw line. Jump pass to Linker. Right between his legs, out of bounds. 15 turnover for the Mustangs, but only the first of this quarter. Compion and McGregor are back in for Skyline. And McGregor will throw it in to Hayden Robeson. Robeson will set it up for Skyline. On the high left, here's Compion. Bounce pass to Robeson. Right side to Roy. Roy with a left-handed dribble now to Robeson and a full timeout. I guess Coach Cerveni did not like what was happening offensively. We'll keep it right here. In a full timeout. Skyline with the lead 27-24. 34 to go in the third quarter. Nick Norris has 7 points to lead Fort Morgan, all in the opening half. Mustangs are generating some offense now. They've been down by as many as 12. Skyline girls defeated Fort Morgan tonight 55-52. In a game that appeared that Fort Morgan would be blown out in because they were down by 15 before going on a huge run. Teams will break their respective huddles. Skyline basketball. 3/4 court, McGregor to throw it in. No fouls have been committed by either side in the quarter. We played almost 3.5 minutes. McGregor lobs it near midcourt to Austin Robeson. Robeson with a left-handed dribble against Norris, right side to Roy. Chris Roy with a crossover dribble, picks it up, still looking at the top for Hayden Robeson. Robeson against Caden Edson. On the outside left to Compion. Compion bounce pass down low for McGregor, inside to Robeson, and then he threw it away. Tried to kick it back out to Hayden Robeson. 12th turnover for Skyline. Mustangs with a chance to draw to within 5 or 4. Here is Sadinana back out to Edson with a left-handed dribble. Bounce pass to Sadinana at the top for Linker. On the outside left to Ortega. He takes the 3 and it's in and out. And Linker went for the rebound and he committed the foul. He went over the back. Linker with his second foul. And here we go with Chris Roy. Roy on the high left to Compion. Bounce pass left baseline for McGregor. McGregor lobs it near the top for Roy. Roy at the head of the circle. Right side to Robeson. On the right baseline, McGregor. Lob inside, knocked away by Norris. And the ball is tipped around off Edson's hands out of bounds. Skyline retains possession. With 3:33 to go third quarter. Skyline 27, Fort Morgan 20. The Falcons going for the sweep tonight after the girls won by 3. On the far side, there's the lob into Austin Robeson, turns, banks, and scores. He was bodied up by 2 Mustangs, but he's so strong. And now Austin Robeson with 10 in the game. The first player in double figures. It's 29-20. Caden Edson. Edson looking, spinning, jump pass is tipped away, and that ball is poked away, and it's intercepted by Skyline. 16 turnover for Fort Morgan. Roy at the top, outside right to Hayden Robeson, right of the free throw line to Austin, down low for McGregor, and he's fouled. Edson and Linker both made contact. Foul will be against Edson, that's his third. Skyline vying for a double-digit lead. Hayden Robeson to throw it in. Hayden into lane to McGregor, turns back out to Roy, outside left to Austin, 3 in the air, he back rimmed it, and Nick Norris goes high for the Fort Morgan rebound, his 4th. On the outlet to Edson. Edson's going to have to kick it back out, dribbles by 2 though, swings it right side to Ortega, now near the timeline. Here is Sadinana. On the left wing to Linker, back out to Sadinana at the free throw line, bounce pass right baseline to Ortega, picked up his dribble, he was stripped, he got the ball back, swings it back out to Sadinana. Sadinana at the head of the three-point circle, timeout Fort Morgan. 30-second timeout. 2.5 to go, 29-20 in the third, Skyline with the lead. Fort Morgan is coming off a game in which they scored just 40 points, and 5 of those were in overtime. In a 7-point loss to Windsor, more offensive issues tonight, with only 20 points in over 2.5 quarters. They do have 7 points in the third. Unfortunately, so does Skyline, so they have not cut into the 9-point lead. They did at one point. Norris, Ortega, Edson, Sadinana, and Linker, the original starting 5 for Fort Morgan. Well, some of the bench players have played, but not a ton. Cardona's played quite a bit. Dubray very little. Marquez a little bit. And Rojo does have a 3-pointer to his credit. And Simon Graff got some action as well. Linker to throw it in. Linker in the backcourt to Sarinana. David Sarinana maintains a dribble. Jump pass to Linker. Down low to Edson. Banks and scores. That's a good two-pass system there by the Mustangs. Edson now with 5. Fort Morgan to within 7. 29-22 Skyline. 2:12 to go in the third. Compion with the basketball. Bounce pass to Robeson. Back out to Compion. Right wing 3. It's an air ball. Linker lets it go out of bounds. Now the Mustangs with another opportunity to cut into the lead. And Sarinana will take it the other way for Fort Morgan. David Sarinana. On the outside right to Ortega. Ortega in the corner, looking, spinning, needs to find a teammate. Does Linker on the right baseline. Right corner, Ortega, wide open 3, and it's off the back of the rim, and there's a foul from behind by Edson. That'll be his 4th. Rebound was controlled by Gage Robertson. Third team foul. Marquez in for Edson. But again, just very little offense for Fort Morgan. And that's been a significant issue in the last 2 games. On the outside right, Robertson with the basketball. Jump pass to Hayden Robeson straight away. Now to Robertson behind the three-point line on the right side. Over to Robeson. Chest pass to Compion. 1:27 to go in the third. McGregor inside Austin Robeson. Banks it in. He was by himself. To the left of the basket. And Austin Robeson now with 12. The lead is 9. 31-22. 1:17 to go third quarter. Ortega on the high right, jump pass to the top for Sarinana. Left wing Linker. Bounce pass towards Marquez, now to Linker, and Linker throws it off the back of the rim, misses. Ortega goes up, and we got a whistle before that. Ortega's called for a push before he grabbed the rebound. Jacob with his second foul. Well, Fort Morgan, incredibly enough, has put together their best offensive quarter, and they've only scored 9 points in the quarter. And we're down to 57 seconds to go. Hayden Robeson, free throw line. Austin, 15-footer. He got it. 6 in the quarter for 6'5", 230-pound junior Austin Robeson. 14 in the game. The lead is 11. 44 seconds remaining. On the high left, Marquez. Bounce pass straight away to Sarinana. Free throw line for Norris. Spins, turns, shoots, misses. Rebound Norris, banks and scores. Right off the glass. Fort Morgan calling another timeout. Norris now with 9 in the game. Full timeout. Since we're at 34.4 seconds to go, we won't go anywhere. We'll be taking the timeout when the quarter expires. But again, Fort Morgan was down by 9 at halftime and still down by 9. At 33-24. So far, the Mustangs do not have one player in double figures as of yet. Norris is the closest with 9 points. And now Austin Robeson of Skyline has extended his range a bit. He's hit a couple of shots from 10 to 15 feet away. Compion, Robeson, Chase Silva now into the game. Both Robesons out there. And Gage Robertson, the Mustangs, Norris, Ortega, Marquez, Linker, and Sarinana. Down by 9. Silva to throw it in. Backcourt bounce pass to Robertson. Skyline is going for their 6th win of the year. They're 5-5. Mustangs at 3-8. Robertson 11 against Sarinana. Robertson left-handed dribble. On the high left, going to feed Hayden Robeson against Sarinana. Dribbles by him. Picks up his dribble now. Back out to Robertson. They might be working for the final shot. And it looks like they are. With 9 seconds to go here before the end of the third quarter. Now down to 5. Robertson starts his move. Over to Compion. Compion into the lane all the way. Floats it up back rim. No. Rebound Linker. That's the end of the quarter. With the score. Skyline 33. Fort Morgan 24. We return in 60 seconds on B106 and B106.com. Time for the Mustangs to make a move. Marquez on the left baseline is fouled. That'll be the first team foul by Skyline. Believe it or not, they did not commit a foul in the third quarter. I believe that was Robertson committing the foul as second. Marquez lobs it into Sarinana with Ortega, Linker, and Norris. Ortega bounce pass Sarinana, lobs it left of the lane to Linker. Bounce pass down low for Norris, and he banks and he misses an easy one. Oh, and the rebound, Austin Robeson. Boy, he can't get a much easier one than that. Nick Norris normally nails those, but he just missed it. Left it a little bit short, tried to bank it in. Robeson over to Austin Robeson, straight away against Nick Norris. Swings it right side to Gage Robertson, gets a pick, dribbles in, pulls a 15-footer, and that's good, off the lip of the rim and in. Robertson now with 9. The lead is 11. The biggest lead has been 12 for Skyline. Straight away, Sarinana lobs to Norris. Norris at the free throw line, left corner for Marquez. Penetrates, feeds it down low for Norris, and he scoops it up and in. Nice move there as Nick Norris scores. Norris now with 11. And the lead is down to 9. 35-26, 6:45 to go in the game. Austin Robeson at the top of the three-point circle. Swings it left side for Hayden. Against Isaac Linker. Gets the pick. Thinks about the three. Maintains the dribble. Right side to Robertson. Against Marquez. Robertson back out to Chase Silva. Silva against Ortega. Swings it left side for Roy. Lobs it left baseline. And Norris knocks the ball out of bounds. Intended for Austin Robeson. Norris has done a credible job against this guy. Nick Norris is a big guy, but Austin Robeson is a bigger guy. To throw it in as Silva for the left corner. Bounce pass over there taken by Robertson. Now here's Austin Robeson to Hayden. Hayden back near the timeline to Gage Robertson. Crossover dribble against Marquez. Utilizing a pick from Austin Robeson. Left of the lane. Left corner is Chase Silva. He drives, kicks it back out on the left corner. 3 in the air by Robertson. It's around and good. It got rim, it got glass, it went in. And Robertson now with 5 in the quarter and 12 in the game, and the lead is 12. 38-26. Marquez, runner, left side, no good. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Nick Norris. Norris right baseline, spins, and then he's fouled by Austin Robeson. Let's see if that warrants 2 free throws. It looked like he tried to go back up, but I think they're going to call it on the floor. Yep. Austin Robeson commits his third. And Edson to throw it in. He's back into the game. Edson lobs it to Ortega. Ortega flags it down over to Sarinana. 38-26 Skyline in control of this game. Lob to Norris, and he's fouled by Robeson. That'll be the third team foul. Robeson with his 4th. That could open up things for Norris if they can get him out of the game. But again, we're in the 4th quarter. Edson to throw it in again. Mustangs have committed 14 fouls. Edson looking. Lobs it at the top for Norris. Norris swings it left side. Edson, 3-pointer in the corner is an air ball. Oh, man. That's not his shot. Ball is taken away by Silva inside to Robeson, and he's fouled off the feet from Roy. And to the line will be Austin Robeson. And the foul was on Edson. Well, Edson thinks it was on Sarinana and not on Edson. If it's on Edson, he's fouled out. I think it was on Sarinana. I think Caden's right. It was not on him. But if they call it on Edson, he is fouled out. Yeah, but he's frustrated. They called it on him, and he is fouled out of this game with 5 points. So Austin Robeson to the line with 5:26 to go. He's got 14 in the game. He's got 15. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the very best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. Buildings by Design. Second free throw is good. And Stubbs Gas and Oil. Fill up your cooler. Gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil. 40-26, 14-point lead. Rojo into the game, left corner for Linker. At the top for Sadinana, dribbles into the paint, bounce pass tipped away. Rojo has to chase it down. Linker left baseline 15-footer, no. And the Mustangs try to save it in. Linker cannot. Skyline basketball with under 5.5 to go in the game. And you hate to say this game is over because the Fort Morgan girls were looking like they were toast, down by 15. They had a chance to win the game. There's the lob into Hayden Robeson. It's a 2-on-2. Has a strip from behind. The ball's loose on the floor. And now we're going to have a tie-up. Oh, no. They called a foul on that? Did they call a foul on that? On a loose ball? They did on Norris. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, yeah. Yeah, that was a terrible call. I think I hear at least one Mustang fan say that. That was awful. That ball was loose. Norris did nothing wrong there in the left corner. Roy with a basketball. Roy dribbles out of traffic. Roy kicks it back out to Robertson. 5:12 to go in the game. Skyline 40, Fort Morgan 26. Robeson right at the free throw line. Back out to Roy. Straight away to Robeson. Austin with a three, and that's in and out. And the rebound is taken away by Sadinana, and then he's fouled by Roy. That'll be the 14th foul. Roy commits his second. It'll be Mustang basketball, but they just have been unable to score on a consistent basis. With an even 5 minutes to go in the game. Linker gets it into Sadinana. It's a 2-3 defense here for Skyline. Free throw line for Norris. Pulls up little 7-footer straight away. Good. Nice job by Nick Norris. Norris now with 13. The other way here is Hayden Robeson over to Campion. Bounce pass to Austin Robeson. Turns, banks, and he misses. Rebound to Robertson, and he's fouled by Norris. Robertson to shoot two. On Nick Norris, that's his fourth. 40-28 Skyline with 4:37 to go. Cardona's in for Norris. And Norris has been our player of the game for quite a bit, but and he does have the majority of the scoring tonight. He'll be the player of the game again if we don't have another Mustang step up here in the final 4 minutes and 37 seconds. This free throw is good by Gage Robertson. Robertson has 13 points in the game. Skyline 41, Fort Morgan 28. Second free throw upcoming. And this shot is up and Robertson connects. The lead is back up to 14. 4:32 to go. Sadinana straight away, feeds it left side for Rojo. Back out to Sadinana, head of the three-point circle, outside right to Marquez. Marquez lobs it cross court for Rojo, then he's fouled. That'll be the 15th foul. Going for the steal was Robertson. He made contact there with Rojo. Robertson with his third. Fort Morgan scored 8 points in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 11 in the third, and 4 points here in the fourth. Linker gets it into Noah Rojo. Now straight away to Sadinana. Sadinana dribbles to his right, feeds it in the right corner for Marquez. Lost control of the basketball, but then threw it off a Skyline Falcon. However, it stayed in bounds and is taken away by Robeson. Fort Morgan has committed just 3 turnovers in the half, so they've taken care of the basketball. They just can't put it in the hole. On the outside left, Campion down low for Robeson, and he's fouled by Cardona. 18th foul. Made the shot from behind the basket, but that's way after the whistle. Doesn't count. Cardona with his third personal. Austin Robeson to the line. Skyline has made all 4 of their free throws here in the second half. All in the fourth quarter, in fact. Robeson's free throw is short, and the rebound to Rojo. Nice job blocking out the free throw shooter. Rojo bounce pass outside right to Marquez. Marquez, jump pass in the lane, tipped away by Skyline, intercepted by Campion. Fort Morgan, and then a steal by Sarinana, and he'll lay it up and in. David Sarinana now has 5. Mustangs down by a dozen, 42-30. Another timeout called. And, yep, this one's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:37 to go in the game. Skyline 42, Fort Morgan 30 on B106 and B106.com. Chase Silva to throw it in the backcourt. Bounce pass to Chris Roy. 42-30 Skyline trying to dribble out of traffic. Jump pass is taken by Hayden Robeson. It's a 4-on-3, but Robeson in no hurry. Feeds into the right corner. Austin Robeson 3. He nailed it. Wow. Second 3-point. He's got 10 points in the quarter. 45-30. This game is belonging to Skyline. Sarinana high left to Rojo. Into the lane to Norris, and he scoops it up and he misses. Austin Robeson with a rebound, his 5th. Here is Hayden Robeson into the front court. Into the lane, middle of the lane, and then there's a whistle and a travel. Yeah, you don't need points at this point. You're up by 15. And the ball's going to be rolled into David Sarinana. Sarinana will pick it up at midcourt. Outside left to Rojo, straight away to Sarinana. Right side to Ortega, dribbles right baseline. Feeds it to Norris, and he banks it in. Nick Norris again. Full timeout called by Fort Morgan, but we won't go anywhere. They're running out of timeouts. They've called a lot of them here. 45-32 Skyline with 2:46 to go in the game. That's where it sits right now. With the Mustangs trailing by 13. And Skyline basketball. I mean, they've given up their share of points, but the issues are clearly on the offensive end. Norris, Ortega, Rojo, Sarinana and Linker for Fort Morgan. Edson was disqualified with 5 fouls. Silva to throw it in the backcourt. Or do they have a problem with the clock? Apparently they had some problem with the clock. Both Fort Morgan teams after tonight will be 0-5 in Tri-Valley play. And there's a foul by Norris near midcourt. That might have fouled him out. And it does. He's walking over towards the bench. And Adam Cardona is in. Norris finishes with 15 points. And Chris Roy to attempt the free throw. 1-1, 19 foul against Fort Morgan. And the free throw's a line drive, back rimmed it. With a rebound controlled by Gage Robertson on the long board by Skyline. They're not in any hurry here to score. Sarinana commits a foul. You don't want to start doing that. Let's play basketball, guys. Foul him 30 feet away from the basket. And to the line will be Robertson. Yeah, he just kind of reached in and committed the foul. Now this just turns into a longer game for no reason. The free throw is short. And that's good if they miss, but you still got to score on the offensive end. Or convert, obviously, when you score, it's offensive. Second free throw coming up for Robertson. And that's up, and that's good. Here we go the other way. With a basketball, Linker banks and misses. And the rebound to Rojo. Linker goes up again and scores, and he's fouled. Linker to the line. Well, let's see, I think I credited, it was Robeson that nailed a 3 earlier, and I think I credited Robertson. So Robeson should have 19 points in the game. Free throw by Linker is in. Mustangs down by 11, 46-35. But we have 2:19 to go. Here's the pass to Roy in the front court against Ortega. Roy into the lane, fouled by Linker. Again, that's going to be double bonus situation. And Roy to shoot 2. And as long as Fort Morgan can score, fouling is worth it, especially if Skyline misses at least a free throw. That's the whole key here. At least if you miss a free throw, that will certainly be worth it. Chris Roy, the junior, connects. He's only got 5 points in the game. Second free throw upcoming. He bends, he shoots, and he connects again. The Baker's dozen, 48-35. In favor of the Skyline Falcons. Outside right to Ortega, now to Sarinana. Ortega will take the 3, and he pulled the string very short. And Chris Roy has the rebound, and Ortega commits the foul. Ortega with his third. Roy back to the line. We got 2:06 to go in the game. And Chris Roy to shoot 2. And the free throw is good. That's his third consecutive made free throw. 7 points in the game for Chris Roy. They can match their biggest lead of 15, and he does not. It's in and out. And the rebound to Adam Cardona, Fort Morgan. There's the outlet to Rojo. We're under 2 minutes to go in the game. Straight away to Sarinana. Now to Linker on the high left. Linker with a dribble. Now to Sarinana. Right of the lane, all the way off the glass and in. Nice job by David Sarinana. He's got 7 points in the game. But it's a 12-point lead here for Skyline. Robertson in the right corner. Back out towards Hayden Robeson. Now to Roy, free throw line for Austin Robeson. And stripped by Linker. Nice defensive play. Taken away by Cardona. Here's Ortega. He scoops it up and scores off the glass, and a foul on Hayden Robeson. Jacob Ortega now has 6. And he's at the line. Robeson commits his 4th. Well, Fort Morgan can make this a 9-point game, but we're down to 1:28 to go. Rojo's out. Marquez is in. But again, it's probably going to be too little too late. Campion is in there for Robeson. If you make the free throw, it's a 3-possession game. Ortega's got 6 points, all in the second half. Free throw is up, and that is off to the left. And the ball is out of bounds. It is off of Gage Robertson. And to throw it in will be Marquez. Marquez looking, lobs it towards Linker at the top. Right side to Marquez. Marquez dribbles right baseline, but collides with Ortega. Now he's going to find his way out of it. Then he threw a bounce pass that was intercepted. Tough going tonight for the freshman, and then a foul by Sarinana in the backcourt with 1:15 to go. Or no foul, no, I guess, was it just a timeout? No, that was a foul on Sarinana. So to the line. That looks like Silva this time. And the free throw's off the back of the rim. Second free throw upcoming. Here for Chase Silva. And that one is up, and that's perfect. Silva scores just his second point. The lead is 11, 50-39. Here is Sarinana, right side for Ortega. Back on the left side for Linker. Linker with a basketball to Marquez. Marquez in the lane forces it up, and he's fouled. To the line will be Fernando Marquez. I think Robeson committed that foul, and he's fouled out unofficially with 19 points. Nate McGregor's back in. Marquez free throw is in and out. Second free throw upcoming for Marquez. That is up, and he missed that one badly off to the right. And the rebound controlled by Campion of Skyline. 56 seconds to go. Chase Silva with the basketball over to Campion. Lobs it out to Chris Roy. Down to 49 to go. Mustangs down by 11. Let's see if they just play some hard defense here. Gage Robertson behind his back lost the basketball. Now there's a tie-up. That stays with Skyline, though. 43.1 to go. And Chase Silva to throw it in just beyond midcourt. And again, not a lot of offensive balance tonight. Nice job of Ortega getting in there and scoring the 6 points a little bit later. And now, with a foul on Sarinana. Sarinana with his fourth. Or was that his fifth? Yep, I think he did foul out. Yeah, I might have missed one there. So he's disqualified, and Noah Rojo is in. Edson fouled out earlier. Well, no, they're staying with Sarinana on the floor. Yeah, okay. He's out of the game. Let's just get this thing over with. You're down by 11. And Fort Morgan is still playing hard, but the time is not on their side, and the free throw is good. Made over there by Gage Robertson. Robertson was 16 in the game, unofficially. Second free throw, good. 52-39, with 39 seconds remaining in the game. Ortega's cross-court pass tipped away, but is chased down by Marquez. Marquez left of the lane, and now we got a whistle and a foul. Jeez. I don't know why Skyline fouling. Campion commits the foul. You're up by 13. Lay off already. No reason to foul when you have that big of a lead. I believe this. I don't think that was in the act of shooting. Be the 19th foul. Marquez missed 2 a moment ago. He spins, he shoots, and he connects that time. The freshman makes it a 52-40 game. Second free throw upcoming for Fernando Marquez. He bends, he shoots, and he scores. Inbounds pass is taken by Campion. Down to 28 seconds to go. Campion back out to Robertson. Robertson with 24. Roy straight away. Roy at the free throw line. Lobs it to Robertson. Moving it around. Campion now to Robertson. 13 seconds remaining. Now to Roy. Yeah, just play tight defense. No fouling here. There's no need to foul if you're Fort Morgan. They're down by 11 with 6 seconds to go. Robertson dribbles right into the lane. Nice defense by Fort Morgan. They played hard here to close it out. Skyline wins the game 52-41. Let's wrap this thing up in 2 minutes. Back in 2 minutes on B106 and B106.com. Mustang postgame shows brought to you by Morgan Community College. They're here to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. That is none other than Morgan Community College. Fort Morgan Mustang boys go down to defeat tonight to the Skyline Falcons, 52-41. 12-8 Skyline led after the opening quarter, 22-13 at the break, 33-24 after 3. And then Fort Morgan was outscored 19-17 in the fourth. 15 points and 6 rebounds, leading both categories for Nick Norris for Fort Morgan. 7 points for David Sarinana. Jacob Ortega had 6, 5 in the game for Caden Edson. 3 by Isaac Linker and 2 points by Fernando Marquez. 19 points unofficially for Austin Robeson for Skyline. 17 for Gage Robertson. 7 points in the game for Chris Roy. Nate McGregor had 6-2 apiece for Braden Elwood and Chase Silva. 19 rebounds for both teams. Robeson had 5 for Skyline. As I mentioned, 6 for Norris to lead Fort Morgan. 19 turnovers, that is, for the Mustangs. 15 for Skyline. But only a total of 10 turnovers committed by both teams. Combined, that is, in the second half, so a much better played game in the second half. At the free throw line, the Mustangs struggled, only 5 out of 12, and Skyline 19 out of 29. The Mustangs dropped to 0-5 in league play, 3-9 overall. Skyline 3-1 in the Tri-Valley, 6-5 on the year. Mustangs back in action coming up on Tuesday night, 5:30 and 7 o'clock. Brian Nickel will have to call those games against Meade in Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. The Mustang Player of the Game brought to you by Transwest. They believe that customers are number one. Check out their selection online or just stop by one of their dealerships in Fort Morgan or Sterling today. And again, we try to find a different Mustang, but Nick Norris is dominated in both categories tonight with points and rebounds, so he will be our Mustang Player of the Game. It's not necessarily about that, but he had, if he doesn't score those points, Fort Morgan is completely blown out of this game, so he's our Mustang Player of the Game. Another outstanding job by our sound engineer and producer, Emily Hernandez. John Beltran with a final score. The girls' game, Skyline beats Fort Morgan 55-52, and the Skyline boys win 52-41 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com.